Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. Front row, Port Aransas Ferry, heading from the mainland out to Mustang Island. There are dolphins in the water. A little hard to spot because it's choppy here in the channel. The winds are 24 miles an hour, according to my Apple iPhone, with gusts up to 39 miles an hour. So the sand will be blowing when we get over to Port Aransas. Saw some emergency vehicles right there. They still got their flashing lights on, but I think it's more road repair or road construction related vehicles. Maybe it's got something to do with the low temperatures. I slept in the front of the truck last night. I only needed to turn on my truck about 4 a.m. I woke up, let it run for a little bit, warm up the front, and went back to sleep. Slept till 7:30 today. And hopefully I'm on the downside of this gunk that I have. Downside of the gunk that I have. My throat doesn't hurt anymore, and I feel a little less congested today, but keep an eye on it. We'll see. I was talking to this guy for a little bit. I can't imagine working outside under these conditions. I don't even know what the wind chill would be, but it's got to be in the 20s. And when you're living in South Texas, you just don't expect days like this. But I think it's going to be cold and even colder over the next 5 days. So we'll just focus on keeping safe and keeping warm. I did make a big purchase today, 99 cents for a hot cup of McDonald's coffee. Congratulations to me. And I might buy something for lunch when I get over to Port Aransas proper. We shall see. I'm filming this right around 9 a.m. So hopefully I don't see a lot of ships coming in. And I got my buddy watching out for me. We made it down to Port Aransas Beach. And he keeps his back to the wind. I heard that little chirping noise. And I looked up and there he was. I would imagine you don't need to post surf conditions today, but I imagine they're a lot worse than a yellow flag. The sand is blowing pretty heavy down here. Don't mess with the birds in Port Aransas unless you got some extra money, because I'll rat you out in a second. There he is, the majestic great blue heron. Good morning. Gave us a little. I was hoping I didn't scare him away, but he posed for us. You can see what he's dealing with today. That sand is no joke. Even when I open up my window on the opposite side of the way the wind is blowing, sand comes right in the truck. So I'm sure the back of my truck is taking in sand right now. Nothing new. Everything in the dunes is probably hunkered down. I don't see anyone out today walking their dog or getting their steps in. They're smart. They're at least not doing it by the beach. You need goggles and a scarf to get through this. Hey, you're in my shot. I'm always fascinated by the wind blowing. But if you were fishing along the jetty, the sand wouldn't even affect you right now. It starts right at the sand just off the jetty. Coming out of the north as far as I can tell. There's only one ship that I can see coming in the next hour or so. That's going to be coming inward bound. You got to remember the ships are escorted by a pilot that makes an open sea transfer. before the ships come through the channel. Pilot goes from the pilot boat to the vessel. So stay safe today, guys. What's the difference between a tugboat and a towboat? We're looking at a tugboat. It's got the rounded bow. You usually find it in oceans and harbors. It can push or pull, help the big ships swing the corners here in Port Aransas. If you're inward bound, there's a sharp left-hand turn, and the tugboats will help that ship get around. I think someone's living in there. I saw that further down the beach a few days ago. That little homemade trailer. These people got the view for the day. Just hunker down and enjoy the ships going by. Yeah, so a tugboat has the rounded front, push or pull, usually pretty big. The towboats push. They can, I usually see them in this area pushing barges, and they have the flat front. So a tow is flat, a tug is round, for the most part. And one day I'll actually learn that and remember what's going on. While I'm thinking about it, I did want to thank JKM Saturn, who left me a super chat. Thank you very much, very kind of you. There goes the pilot boat. So it probably delivered the pilot to the inward bound ship, which is the Arsan, A-R-S-A-N. That is a crude oil tanker flying the flag of Saudi Arabia. And it's one of the bigger ones that come through here, 333 meters by 60 meters. It was built in 2010 and it's heading to the port of Corpus Christi. Every time I mention the ship's size in meters, someone likes to prove their ignorance by leaving a comment that says something along the lines of, in America, we use feet. That's good, right? The rest of the world uses the metric system. The shipping industry uses the metric system, and definitely a ship flying the flag of Saudi Arabia is using the metric system when it comes to the shipping industry. You can look up the conversion if you need it in feet, or you can just say it's bigger than a football field. Not a soccer field, a football field. The dolphins are not dancing today. The wind is blowing. The captains face a real problem with the wind. It's riding high because it's empty, and I think it's funny a ship flying the flag of Saudi Arabia is coming to an American port to get oil. I find that kind of ironic. Don't forget, we learned about the flag of convenience. Just because a ship flies a flag doesn't mean it's necessarily from that port. I believe this is a Saudi Arabian vessel, though. From what I read online, it is. And the tug is assisting. It'll have 3 tugs on it. But when it makes that left-hand turn to go around the corner, the wind will be broadside to the ship. And as you can tell, that it's going to push it pretty good. So the pilot really has to keep his game together to keep the ship on course. I know you're not here for the ships. You're here for the horrible, horrible dad jokes. A bartender broke up with her boyfriend, but he kept asking her for another shot. That's not bad. What do you need to make a small fortune on Wall Street? A large fortune. So very true. Final one. Ghosts are bad liars because you can see right through them. Boo! I should have read them in reverse order so the jokes got better as we went along. That little structure sticking out is right about where the pilot station is, right about where the Coast Guard Center is. And when this ship goes to make its left-hand turn, this tugboat will swing wide to the right just to help pull the back end through the turn and help it make the turn easier. There's also a tugboat on each side by the front of the ship that'll help push it in the proper direction. Actually, with this wind, I don't think they'll need much help making that left-hand turn today. And again, I'm not a pilot and I'm not a captain. I could go buy a small boat and call myself captain, but I wouldn't have the skills or the knowledge. It's a shame the wind's blowing like this, because even with the cold, it just looks like a gorgeous day. Thanks for riding along. Thanks for watching.